Hi, everyone. I want to talk a little bit more about Watchtower propaganda and the effect it has on the minds of Jehovah's Witnesses. Thanks to our new friend, we have a wonderful example of the word apostate, for instance, and how this word is completely different for Jehovah's Witnesses than it is for the rest of the world. Let's start by looking at the dictionary definition of apostasy. Merriam-Webster: a renunciation of a religious faith, the abandonment of a previous loyalty. The Free Dictionary: abandonment of one's religious faith, a party, a cause, etc. So yes, by that definition, I am an apostate. But so are many Jehovah's Witnesses. For they have committed apostasy towards their previous faith to become a Jehovah's Witness. They go door to door with the sole intention of getting you to commit apostasy towards your religion to join theirs. The Watchtower has no problem with this definition because it suits them. They're fine. They're fine with that. Yeah. But within the organization, because they control the information so tightly, they can do whatever they want. This is reasoning from the scriptures. It is a Watchtower Bible and Tract Society publication, and this is their definition of apostasy. Let's see what it has to say. It reads: apostasy is abandoning or deserting the worship and service of God, actually a rebellion against Jehovah God. Some apostates profess to know and serve God, but reject teachings or requirements set out in His Word. Others claim to believe the Bible, but reject Jehovah's organization. So they've completely redefined that word to fit with their propaganda. These men claim to be the faithful and discreet slave. These men claim that this is Jehovah's organization. These men now put the restrictions on this definition to suit them. These men equate themselves with Jehovah, so that in your mind, anybody who leaves this organization has turned their back on Jehovah. They are not the same thing. These men have set themselves up in a position that they demand your absolute loyalty, obedience, and 100% of your mind in order to please God. And let's take a look at a little bit of the literature. August 1st, 2001, Watchtower. A mature Christian does not advocate or insist on personal opinions or harbor private ideas when it comes to Bible understanding. Rather, he has complete confidence in the truth, as it is revealed by Jehovah God through His Son, Jesus Christ, and the faithful and discreet slave. Jehovah, Jesus, slave, all one breath. July 15th, 2011, Watchtower. This is a recent one. We need to obey the faithful and discreet slave to have Jehovah's approval. Wow. So they've set themselves up as your mediator. The only way you can reach Jehovah, the only way you can reach God's approval, the only way you can get anything is through them. And they control the information. They bombard you with literature, with meeting attendance, assemblies, etc. They limit who you can associate with. You can only have friends that are Jehovah's Witnesses. So again, you're being barraged with the constant propaganda. You know, they practically forbid you to look at outside sources, to read outside literature, to associate with anybody outside the organization, and they keep it all internal. Because that way they can hold their position and keep you and tell you whatever they want to, and use Jehovah as a threat. They speak for Jehovah. They're equal to Jehovah. You can only get to Jehovah through them. So it keeps you enslaved to whatever they say. Their claim is that Jesus came down, examined all of the religions, and chose them. And then through this controlled environment, they set up the proof to show, yeah, see? So they tell you what the factors are that prove that they are who they claim. But and then they forbid you to look outside. They forbid you to even look at the older literature. If you were to examine what Jesus examined when he apparently came down to examine, your eyes would go, there's no way. They weren't even close to being on the right track. But they set up the conditions. They set up the proof. They put themselves equal to God. And they control your environment so that you can't question. We are trying to help. We recognize the tricks. We recognize the mind control tactics. Even their own literature warns you about how propaganda is used, and then they use it on you because they know they've got control. And they have to create a new definition for the word apostasy and apostate in order to make you terrified of us, to demonize us, to make us the enemy. Because we can see through all of the manipulation. We can see through all of the mind tricks. I highly recommend that you look up and do a little bit of reading on logical fallacies. Once you start recognizing logical fallacies, the literature is unreadable. It is wall-to-wall logical fallacies. We're not trying to take you away from Jehovah. We're just trying to get you to see these men for what they really are. They're just men. They're the wolf in sheep's clothing. They're one of the false prophets that Jesus warned about. We're just trying to help you see this. This has nothing to do with Jehovah. This has to do with you're under mind control. You're in a controlled environment, and they control all of the information. They control what you want. They want you to think. They control what you want. They want you to read. They control how you see the scriptures. They control how you view them. And we come at you from all different angles. There are people going from the Bible. Look. Look how they're twisting things. You got people coming at from the propaganda. Look. You got people showing facts. Look, please, look. You've got people trying everything. Humor, sarcasm, snarky, everything. We're trying desperately to help you. The Watchtower has you convinced that we want followers. That's not even the case. I can honestly tell you there are a few Christian apologists in real life and in YouTube that I have talked to, and not one of them has tried to get me to join their church. The only thing that they've done is try to help me find God and Jesus myself. They don't try and tell me what to think, how to think, or where to go. They just kind of point me in the right direction so that I can look at it myself. That doesn't sound like somebody who's looking for followers. That looks like somebody who's trying to help me. Not because of what they can get, but to help me. And that's what we're doing. We're not doing this so that we can get you to follow us. We're trying desperately to help you see how misled this organization is misleading you. We care. That's all. We care. We can see through all of the crap and see that these are just men. They have to control you, though, because we apostates are dangerous to them because we see through all of this manipulation. that we are dangerous to them. We are not dangerous to you. We're on your side. But they know we got the goods on them. They know when the facts are out there because we've got the facts. Just recently, it's amazing how many times these men have shot themselves in the foot. There is tons of evidence out there that blow their claims right out of the water. We're trying to help you. But I did get recently asked, how many times did our new friend say the word apostate through the course of his 4 or 6 videos? And so I set up a counter. But I want you to take a look at it because you'll see that the word apostate holds power for a Jehovah's Witness. The word apostate can strike terror in a Jehovah's Witness. They use it to judge. They use it to dismiss. They even use it as a curse word. But you'll see that the way he uses this word is he expects everybody to have the same understanding of the word as he does. And he has the Watchtower definition of the word apostate. And that's all he sees. So anyway, here we go. Talk to you guys later. Bye.
Do whatever you want to do with my videos. It doesn't bother me. All cursed at me, called me a bastard and all this type stuff. You got apostates out there. I hate to get in his religion. So I'm not judging you. That they are apostates. These are people. These are apostates. And my grandmother would say, if you can't say nothing nice, don't say nothing at all. Warned about apostates ever since I was a kid. And he's also an apostate. He comes. But as far as you apostates, your question, what you antichrist apostates are thinking. On here to judge no one. And when I say apostates, I'm talking about those on apostates. Apostates, these are people that get on here and not one time you heard me curse. Not one time you heard me call somebody apostates. These are people that, if you're an apostate, okay, and you're already familiar with apostates, I got a best friend, just like little kids. You know why? Because he's an apostate. So I'm not judging you. It's like your father, Satan, the devil. He's an apostate, okay? There are apostates. These are people on here to judge no one. These are apostates. And I warned about apostates ever since I was a kid. And he's also an apostate. So I'm not judging you. But as far as you apostates, your questions were antichrist apostates are. And when I say apostates, I'm talking about, you can say what you want. It don't matter to me. It rolls off me like water on a duck's back.
Oh yeah? Well, I'm rubber and you're glue. Whatever you say bounces off me and sticks on you.
People have a thing against the Watchtower Bible and Tract Society. All apostates, you are not welcome on my page. And let me get something straight about apostates. Anybody can be an apostate. Look, if you define the word apostate, is that apostates is someone who, if I might have called you an apostate, and if you are an apostate, you are not welcome if you an apostate. So all you apostates, if your religion teaches you to do stuff like that, I don't think nobody will want to be a part of it.